All right, so this one is the Exquisite Corpse. It's a single sheet Exquisite Corpse. And what we need to do is we need to section off the piece of paper. This is just another 8.5 by 11. And we're gonna divide each direction into thirds. So, I mean, I just literally took a calculator and divided 11 by 3, and it's 3.666667. So I decided to do two sides that are 3 and 11/16 on the ruler. And so all I did was just take that measurement. And so a 1/16 is just one of these marks on the ruler. And so 1/2 inch is 8/16, 9, 10, 11. So it's 1/16 past 5/8, 11/16. And then same thing on this side. And we might have to pull back one of them just a tiny bit. 11/16 here. So I'm just making like little pencil marks. And then I'm gonna flip that over and fold up to that mark. Just kind of do a little pinch and line up my edge and then make the fold. So this is really, really simple. The Exquisite Corpse. And then same thing on this side. And here's where I might need to pull this back a little bit just to make sure that that fold isn't getting caught up in the other one, because I want them to interlace but not interact with each other, like scrape up against each other. So it's like this. So one's got to be a little bit longer than the other one. So I just made a slight adjustment there and pulled back just a little bit as I folded it. So that's just to be really exact. But you could do it looser. I think it looks best if you take your time and just do it right. Okay, so now what I want to do is I don't want to fold this. I mean, I could just to kind of experiment first with a mock-up, but I'm not going to do that for the demo because I actually do want to cut this, and I want to leave the single panel, the center panel uncut. And I'm going to cut 3 like little flags on each side. So I've got to divide this. And so this one is 8.5 divided by 3, and it's 2.83. But what I'm going to do is make each top and bottom is going to be 2.75. And for this, I actually have to make these marks, and I'm going to make them really light. So it's 2.75, not 0.75, 2 3/4. Which is 0.75, but 2 3/4 on this side, 2 3/4 on that side. And then I'm going to do it on the other end. So I did the top end 2.75, 2.75, 2.75, 2.75, and then I'm going to line it up and cut. Okay, so I'm just making the marks to guide my ruler. Just double check that I did that right, because yeah. All right, so now I'm ready to just so I'm going to stick my knife blade into that first mark to just hold my place, and then I'm going to push up against it with the ruler. And then I'm going to, on the other end where I have my other mark, which you guys might not be able to see, but there's a little pencil mark there. And I'm just going to slide my ruler up to that line and just kind of, I can still see the mark, but it's right on top. Now, I'm not going to cut all the way across. I'm just going to cut from the fold this way. And without moving my ruler, I'm going to cut, but I'm going to stop at that fold line, okay? Because I want to keep these 2 flaps attached to the center. So make sure you don't forget what you're doing and cut your whole piece of paper off. Don't do that. Stop at the fold line. You can make a little pencil mark if you can't see it. Like I'm having a little bit of problem because it's a color sheet and the light and stuff, but I'm going to just kind of watch what I'm doing and slow down when I get to that fold and stop right there. Okay. And now I'm going to do it on the other side. So again, I just put my knife into the mark, push up against it. This is just a quick way to help you guide your ruler into the right spot. Because one mark you know is right. It's being held in place by the knife. And then I can fight the urge to not cut all the way across. Stop. And then this is the easier one because I can start at the fold and then pull straight past it. Okay. So this is your exquisite corpse structure. And so now I can draw figures on here in all kinds of ways. And I could have shapes and plants and whatever I wanted to overlap. And then every piece can interact in a different way. And then I would, maybe make some points that are always going to line up the same way. And I kind of haven't done that as I was quickly doing this, but you could make that happen where things line up exactly and they interact at exactly the same point. And then you'll do it all the way around. So I'm just really quick drawing out some different stuff. And you can use your other one. This is for a mock-up, you can figure out what to do for real later and how you might illustrate it. And how you get these characters to create. Oop, forgot my legs. Bonk, bonk. Okay, so this is what you can do, and you can imagine all kinds of things. And I'm going to show you some examples of different stuff people have done that's really cool. People have done things with vases and different faces and different things. Vases like Aztec vases, and it's really cool. So this is a very simple structure with a lot of possibilities. Again, these single sheet books are great in that way. Start making my little characters do all kinds of stuff. Hair, all kinds of things. So yeah, this is the Exquisite Corpse, single sheet Exquisite Corpse. All right, one more to go.